All right, so first official recap for October 10th. Um, this one's probably going to be one of the quickest recaps there is, just because there was no trades taken. More so, there was no trades available for me. So let's start off with GU. Daily swing is bullish. Daily leg is also bullish. Then we're going to go to our 4 hour. 4 hour is consistently making lower lows. Right now we're reacting to the 4 hour extreme. So buys are in order. Even though price has been consistently making lower lows, we don't want to be selling into this 4 hour demand. So as you can see, my trading session starts at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. So that means I would have started right here. There's no trade available here. There isn't really a POI we want to trade off of, especially with this kind of momentum coming in. Order flow shift to the upside. Let's go down to the 1 minute and see exactly how that got played out. So 1 minute. So the way that price is looking right now, and at this point in time, this leg is basically barren. There is no structure here. Nobody's taking buy orders. If anything, this is going to get swept. And if this is going to get swept, so will this over here. Because there's no liquidity here. So that means what's the liquidity? This right here. So that being said, I was actually looking at the chart when this price action was printing. I did not enter, of course, because of the reasons I just outlined. So moving forward, we continue on in the day. We had news right here. I believe it was CPI, and price never came back to M15 POI. It's just been ranging ever since, right in between this large candle right here. Next up, USD CAD. Let's start off with the daily. Daily swing is bullish. Our daily leg is also bullish. Had a 4 hour ISB here, and price has just been going to town. Doesn't seem like there's been a sign of a pullback. I highlighted this 4 hour zone right here because it's the first zone where a substantial amount of liquidity was taken. So if price is going to react to something, I would think it would be from here, which is interestingly enough exactly where we stopped. CPI didn't really do much. I believe it hit around 8:30, so this was the reaction you got. Starting off at my trading time, right, 4 a.m. Eastern, this is not a substantial pullback or enough price where I would even consider that an M15, a 15-minute POI. After that, price never came back and tapped into my 15-minute POI, and then past 11 a.m. Eastern time, I'm done trading for the day, so no opportunity available there. Let's head on over to EU. So EU daily swing is bearish. We've retraced all the way back up to the extreme and have started putting in lower lows. 4 hour leg is also bearish. It seems we're falling similarly to how we're rising on UCAD. There's a good POI right here. Would be worth highlighting that. That's the whole daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. Oh, look at that. We already had it highlighted right here at the bottom. Yeah, because this right here is exactly where we would sweep into. I don't see anything here as significant. If anything, that's all liquidity that's going to be taken right into this POI. Daily swing. Daily leg is bearish. 4 hour leg is also bearish. So sells are in play. It would be wise to draw, well, we drew the extreme, so we don't have to draw another line. So now that we're at the 4-hour extreme, we really don't want to be selling anymore here. We want to be looking for buys. As far as the 4 a.m. goes, as soon as our session started, we had an M15 POI here. Price retraced just a little bit here. Didn't really mitigate the whole thing. Then we had an order flow shift to the upside. Price came back down again. Possibly could have been an entry here. So, and after that, this was news, so nothing worth taking after CPI. Let's go down on the 1 minute, see if any entry criteria played out. So, M15 POI right here. Right here. There was nothing that played out. Price didn't come up to a refinement, so no trade. Another M15 POI. Price came up to our refinement, but blew right past it. So no entry candle, no trade. And then after that, once news is within an hour, I step out. So for me, no trade over here. There is one place though I do want to look at. So there's a 15-minute POI over here. Seems that had I entered here, the trade would have played out. Price retraced all the way back up to the last point of inducement. Could have entered on this entry signal right here and got yourself a 4.78 R. I always leave at least 0.3 worth of buffer. Let's look at the 15-minute. Because this trade actually played out 15 minutes before my session began, but you never know, one day I may wake up early and catch one of these morning trades. So it worked from it came from the M15 flip. I'd say this is a pretty solid trade, actually. I didn't take it. Wish I did. But I was actually still asleep by this point, right over here. Yep, played out pretty well. Ideally, probably could have. Nah, this actually was a good target. So, 1-4 EU. Let's mark it green just to mark out the win. So, now for AU. Daily swing is bullish. Daily internal is bullish. Our 4-hour leg is bearish. As you can see here, there really wasn't a pullback. This doesn't constitute a pullback for me. Neither does this whole mix-up right here. Let's mark out our demand zone. So really, I would be looking at all of this right here as a potential demand zone where we could possibly get a reaction from. This is not a pullback for me either. Neither is this. So for me, all of this is your 4-hour leg. Starting off at 4 a.m. my time, which is right here. Got a POI. Price never came back to it. Sorry about that. That was my phone. I'm doing this at work. Had another POI right here. By the time price came back to it, it actually blew right past it, and the POI was created during, well, news actually wasn't within an hour, so I would have still been paying attention to it. It would have been up until this point right here, 7:30, that I wouldn't have been paying attention to it, which of course didn't matter because news ran right past it. Well, that's the day. No trades taken. One potential trade that I could have gotten in. I'm going to do a case study on it. Had I woken up, about 15 minutes earlier, or actually probably had to be about 20 minutes earlier so I can at least get on the desk, that would have been a trade I probably would have caught. I'm not really crazy about this momentum candle right here, though. And I know this is the flip. but oftentimes we look for liquidity to be taken. But you know what? This flip did take liquidity right here, so yeah, I got nothing against it. Probably would have taken it. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I like it. Yep, not a bad looking trade right over here. Well, all that being said, I hope you guys that are watching have a great day. And as always, I'll leave the links to our community in the description. Peace.